Good evening, this is Romulus. I'm here tonight to do another video for y'all. I hope you're doing well and that you had a good day. I wanted to talk a little bit about the difficulty, the challenges that one faces when, they're dealing with narcissists and going no contact. It's hard. And if you discover, like I did, that you were surrounded by narcissists, you are not very likely to have much of a support system, and that's very hard. And so it's important to find like-minded people who can understand what you're going through. Most people are not. Most people have never heard of this, are not familiar with it, and it's just going to go over their head. They're not going to know what you're talking about. And the other thing is they'll minimize it. You need to be really careful what information you share with people, and it really needs to be on a need-to-know basis, in my humble opinion. So it's hard, it's hard making this transition. I mean, I went from having, albeit dysfunctional and narcissistically driven, went from having two families to none. And I look back on it and, I don't miss the abuse at all, and I don't miss, the chaos. It's not having, I don't know. If you haven't gone no contact, even if you're low contact, there's a sense of it's a false sense of security that you have these people in your life and that they're going to be there for you, because they're not. They weren't for me, and I've heard time and time again stories where people needed the support of their family, and they not only turned on them, but then they sided with their significant during a breakup, which is really messed up. If you just think about it for a second, how messed up that is. You and I, we are better than that. We are kind, warm, loving, empathetic people, and we have a right to be picky who we share our love and affection and attention to and with. It should not give it out, without thought to that, because narcissists don't deserve anything that we have to offer them. And not only that, but they don't deserve to witness our life. They don't deserve to witness our lives. It's easy to kind of, in the midst of all this, to have low self-esteem. I'm watching the clock. I don't want to run into another long video. We're good. The low self-esteem, and they just, do and say things that just make you feel like crap. And it's just, I heard another YouTuber, talk about this, and how can people be so mean? A question I raised in one of my other videos is, what kind of a person would do that? And so if you're with someone, if you have someone in your life, family member, friend, significant, and they do or say something that you would never do, that is a huge problem. You cannot have a relationship with someone like that. And the other thing is, you can't reason. You ever tried to reason with someone and you're in the right, and it doesn't matter what you say, though they just don't get it? It's frustrating. And I think that's a form of manipulation and abuse, and it's just, you need to just accept it for what it is, and and be glad you can see it, and I mean, I remember one of the first people I went out with, after my divorce, and this person used a lot of profanity towards me, and so I put into action my boundaries, and I just immediately just ghosted. I mean, and I mean, it wasn't, much of a ghost situation because I didn't, I hadn't been out with this person but a few times. But the point is that there are certain things that are unacceptable. Like at least in the United States, most of the states have a zero tolerance with drinking and driving because it's so dangerous. And so in the past decade or so, a lot of states said, you know what? We're enacting a zero tolerance policy towards DUI because it can cause such devastation. It can cause so many problems. Well, you know what? So can people. And in fact, worse. It can be worse. If you get mixed up with the wrong person or the, cluster B or narc, they can really wreak havoc on your life, your personal and professional life, and they won't think twice about it. These people have no empathy, no emotion, nothing. And so I'm gonna stop this video. I'm still trying to figure out how to split. I think I'm trying to anyway, I'm trying to upload this other video I did that was kind of long, and I think I figured it out. But anyway, I'll upload that as soon as possible. And what I would say is, within reason, watch as many YouTube channels as you can. Ollie Matthews is great. Running from Chaos. And there are other YouTube channels that I can't think of their name. One guy, this really cool guy in California, had a YouTube channel, and he posted a bunch of videos, and then one day he was like, I'm done. I don't need to post anymore, and that's okay. Ultimately, what I want to do with this channel is do a Q&A, because I feel like I'm good at that, and give my opinion. That's going to take time. People have to get to know me and trust me, and recognize that I have a base of knowledge and experience that I can share and impart. And that's what this is all about, is just to pay it forward and try to help others. Some people, do this as a form of therapy. And I will tell you, it's definitely helpful, for me to engage and share my experiences. So, things will get better over time. Going no contact is your opportunity to kind of stabilize yourself, because there's been such turbulence, in your life. You haven't had a chance to kind of put things into perspective and to, settle things down. Because these people in your life, they don't want that to happen. They want you to be on edge and not be at ease at all. And that's no way to live. That's no way to carry on a relationship. So, I'm here for the people on YouTube who, want to share their experience and to exchange ideas and things that have worked and haven't worked. So thank y'all so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you in the next video.